Hello, all, and welcome to another episode of the Defender Roundtable. I'm Aswad Walker, Associate Editor of the Defender, facilitating today's discussion on the topic, what can we do to support our Black communities? We all already know that Trump 2.0 is fast approaching. He's promising retribution and revenge against his enemies. And you know, Black folk are high on that list. And so, with attacks on birthright citizenship, police abuse ready to skyrocket, and reparations for white people on the menu, Black psychologists are predicting a trauma tsunami in the Black community, especially for younger Black folk, Gen Z and millennials. And so we're going to need all kinds of support. And so to bring clarity to this topic are the dynamic members of the Defender family, Rashonda Tate, Terrence Harris, and Laura Onyenaho. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How y'all doing?
Good, good. As well as we
Good,
can
good.
in Trump's America.
As
Soon to
well
be
as we
America.
can. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. So since you were the first to speak up, Rashonda, we're going to go to you first. So when you hear this topic of the supports that our people are going to need, what supports first come to mind?
You know, it really is just banding around, coming together. We are a community that talks about it a lot, and we talk about all the things that we can do, and then we all go our separate ways. I really would like 2025 to be a year where we do come together, where we do spend Black dollars. We talked last week about Walmart and DEI. And the reason that I bring that up is because if you've been watching television and you see Walmart's commercials, they're saddled with Black people. You know why? Because they want those Black dollars for Christmas. And so when it comes to matters of DEI and things of importance, we don't matter as much. When it comes to needing our dollars, we matter. And that's why it means it is important that we speak with our dollars.
So economically, we're going to need that kind of support, right?
Absolutely. You know, Trump has said that he's done more for Black people than anyone else. Abraham Lincoln is the only one who's done more for Black people. And he suggested he's going to protect Black jobs, whatever those are. And so, really, it's a lot of things that we have to focus on. One of the things that I personally am looking at, you know, besides the economy, I know we'll talk about that later, is just keeping our mental health intact. We're going to need it. I want us to know that it is okay to not be okay. It is okay to seek help and talking to someone about the things that we're feeling, because our anxiety is going to be at an all-time high in 2025.
Yes, it
And see,
is.
and I think that's interesting, Rashonda, that you say that. I don't know. I think that I hope that this fight and what we're up against emboldens us. I mean, I hope it gets us, excited about the fight and about what we need to do next. And you know, and while it's okay to not be okay, I think it's also okay to say, something, damn it, we're ready to get with you. We're not giving this one up.
It sounds like Terrence is ready to get on his Black job. And speaking of that, uh, we had talked earlier, and you were talking about the educational supports that Black folk are going to need as we're moving forward. Can you speak to that?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think, one of the things that we have to really be mindful of and aware of and vigilant about is this whole idea, this voucher system that this administration is about to put on us. And we're dealing with this in a major way right now in Texas with this governor that we have. And and his idea that he vouchers, and what vouchers do is it really harms our inner city schools and our school districts, period. I mean, because you're taking dollars out of those budgets. I mean, and that's why we're seeing right now, nobody's really talking about how all of these school districts are over budget, and I'm talking about by millions and millions of dollars. And why is this just happening? I know we have inflation, but this is ridiculous when you talk about how over budget they are, and it's because something's being done to take money away from them, and nobody, and that's not, we're not really talking about that. But I mean, I think that that's one of the things that we have to definitely be prepared to fight against. As this whole idea of vouchers. If you want your kid to go to a private school, pony up and pay for it, and you have that right. But, those dollars shouldn't go with that kid. Those dollars should
And I,
stay in those communities where it belongs, where your house is sitting. I mean, so I
Yeah.
hope that, we continue to fight against that. I mean, we got DEI, and that's going to deal with, like, they are doing things to try to weaponize, you know, getting a good college education against our kids. I mean, they're, you're losing not only financial aid, but scholarships. I mean, and how schools will even accept scholarships. I mean, if they're earmarked in a certain way. And so once again, we have to be vigilant. We have to understand how they're coming at us and how it's important. Like, if they want to take the education piece away, because once they take that away, then they can take the jobs away.
Yeah. And I hear whispers from different faith institutions and community organizations talking about trying to create a community network that is educating our children on what they're not getting in the classrooms. But your point is well taken. And I'm real curious to hear from Laura Onyenoho, who you've written a whole lot about education and mental health and well-being. So from your perspective, what are those supports that you see Black communities needing?
I mean, I know we were just mentioning the mental health aspect as well. I do believe we have to really hone in on navigating our resources, especially culturally competent resources. We especially therapy, right? We're talking about Black girls therapy. We're talking about therapy for Black men. There's a Black Health Alliance, for example, are resources within our community that we can use to help ourselves. And that's basically, for short, what I feel like we need to focus more on, pooling our resources, the group economics per se. We have a lot of talent within the Black community doing a lot of things, and we are well equipped. We just have to make sure we are navigating who those people or those organizations are, and how can we get that news out to our greater community. So basically, that's what I have to say about that.
And I just have to call out you heathens, because no one talked about the spiritual supports that we're gonna need.
Oh,
Come on,
praise the
Rashonda, take
Lord,
us to
praise the Lord.
church.
Well, that's because we knew that was your area of
It wa-
expertise.
it-
Oh,
exactly,
you know what?
Pastor.
But I'm gonna tell you, we're gonna need Jesus. I can't even say whatever your belief is. We're gonna need Jesus this turn. You know what I really think is I don't think we can look to our political leaders to lead us spiritually.
yeah.
Because Trump and his 2 Corinthians is not the person to do that. And
Holding the
so
Bible upside down.
upside down. He's trying to sell it to us. He's selling cologne right now. It's called Fight, Fight, Fight. I don't know if you've seen that. But really, it's going to be up to us individually. I was going to say, I really hope that Black people will become vocal and fight. As the queen of unbothered, as I have been telling you guys, unbothered doesn't mean I'm sitting out. Unbothered means I'm putting my mental health first, but I'm still going to fight because it's in my DNA to do so. And Black people have to remain vigilant. We have to, even when it comes to Texas is fighting now to put the Bible in the schools. And as a firm Christian, I'm all for making sure that our Christians are educated. But I also recognize that we have more than Christians in our schools. And so there's a separation of church and state for a reason. And so we have to remain vocal in that, or else our Muslim brothers and sisters, Jewish people, all of them will be excluded. And that's not what America is about.
And the
And they're going to do
Christianity.
anything they can. They're going to do
Yes.
anything they can unless we speak up about it.
And the Christianity that they're trying to insert in schools is white nationalist Christianity that looks at us as second, third, fourth class citizens. But to your point about us fighting, that's what Terrence said a little bit earlier, that we got to come with some fight. And so I'm curious, as we about to close, what you all think about the supports that we're going to need in terms of just self-defense. I know folk really don't want to talk about that, but historically, I mean, we got to look at where we're living. This is America. And when we don't have those protections, it doesn't look good for us. So what kind of supports will we need there?
Well, to quote Malcolm X, or paraphrasing maybe, hey, if they have guns, we need them too.
You know
Well,
what? that right there, we're gonna close on. But I do want to say, whatever we do, and I really love the the conversation we had. Whatever we do, we have to do it with the spirit of Ubuntu. I am because we are. We can do more together than we can apart. I need you. You need me. We need each other. We got to do this as a collective, y'all. And so that's it for today's episode. Please join us again next week and check out our roundtables on YouTube. Just go to YouTube and search Defender Roundtable. You'll find them all. And when you find them, view, share, like, comment, do all the things. And also check out our award-winning writers. You're looking at most of them right here. Go to defendernetwork.com. Check out their work because it is great and you need to share it with somebody. So until next time, y'all, stay Black.
Power to the people.